I'm drinking on tea. I gotta go to the bathroom. All right. Next up, the video on what does it take? Man, it's dark in here. What does it really take to be a YouTuber? What does it take to have a YouTube channel and to be a content creator? Well, step one, you need to make videos. A video does not necessarily have to be one that is made with a recording device. You don't, and if you do use a recording device, you don't even have to use your face. There are people that make things so that the subject matter is not their face or not something that you can even look around and see. It is a drawing or a painting or what do you call it? Claymation, stop action, or anything like that, or some type of craft, or it can be something else like outdoors and hunting and trapping people. A lot of times they show what they're doing, not necessarily who they are. So yes, you need content. Your content needs to be something that is engaging. Hey. Your content needs to be something that is engaging and that holds people's attention, something for them to watch. However, there are also channels that don't actually use recording devices at all, talking about PowerPoint presentations, slides, and podcast type of videos. So years ago, when I first started getting interested in the eBay thing, there is a channel that I follow. Their name is Scavenger Life. It is a couple that sells exclusively on eBay. That's how they make their living. And their entire video is a screenshot of their podcast cover. I think it's their podcast cover, which is like it reminds me of an old school video game, screenshot. It's a man and a woman and a trash can in between, and there's like dollar signs and pound signs and different currency signs coming out of the trash can because they flip a lot of the stuff that they find. They just come about, they buy some things and flip it, and other things they get for free, sometimes literally right off the street. Image of them standing in front of the trash can is just basically a little cartoon picture, but you are listening to what they have to say, which is valuable information. So you could do a podcast type of video. You can do a PowerPoint and or slideshow type of video. You can do something that is only to be watched or only to be listened to. That's part one of being a content creator. Now, part two. Oh, and then you can also do live streams. You can do nothing but live streams where you are either gaming or you are conducting something live, broadcasting live for people to be able to interact with you. So that leads to part two. If you are a live stream person, you don't have to do much except for the preparing your software to get on live, which is OBS and some other things. You can do it simple with no bells and whistles, no fancy stuff like frames and special effects and sounds and things like that. You can just get on there and live stream. That's the easiest way to do it. Just nothing to it but to do it. Then, if you get familiar with the software, then you can put the extra stuff on there. That makes it a little bit kind of nice to look at, but it's really not necessary. And then, of course, you want your background to look nice. Either you want your background to be plain, or you want it to be something interesting and engaging, kind of like, what do you used to call it? The stuff that you put on the coffee table, conversation starters. So icebreakers and conversation starters is something there in the background. It's just a prop, basically, and or something to that goes along with your brand, something that represents you or represents what you're talking about. So that's really all you need to do if you are a live streamer, the game that you are using to entertain people with, or if not, the software, and then your background image. So that's that part of part two. If you are someone who records, you need to have a decent camera. Obviously, I've got an older camera. It works. Right now, I'm filming on selfie mode, which is not the clearest, but I like selfie mode because I can see myself and I can monitor and adjust it as necessary. You need a camera, or you need a camcorder, or you need a GoPro or some type of recording device, and you need to have some type of software to run it through to trim off the edges or add a title or do transitions. Or you could, bare bones minimum, you could just upload it as is. When I record on my phone, I have free apps that I use to edit my video, and I can take this footage from my phone and edit it on my computer, or if I do things on my computer, I can edit it on my computer and upload it that way. So editing is the second part. Editing is the second part if you're not a live streamer, which means you take your time to watch your own video. You don't just upload it. There might be something in the background you don't want to show, like personal information or people that you don't want in the background, or people doing or something happening that you didn't realize was happening there in your video that you don't realize at that moment that needs to come out. Or you do realize and you want to polish it up and make it nice and neat. You might ramble on and on and on like I tend to do. And once you watch your video back, you can see, okay, this is the part where I said this. Then I gave an example, but it was a really long example. Let me cut that part off. And you go in and you cut that part off, stuff, so that you can kind of get to the point, cut out unnecessary fluff that might lose a person's interest, and keep them engaged. You don't have to do transitions. You don't have to do special effects. Just kind of cut out parts that are either long and boring, or like, why did I even talk about that part? I got sidetracked, something like that. So editing takes time. It takes time on your phone, and it takes time on your computer. Even if you have a really fast computer, it takes time, and it's something that you got to do it to get used to it. The third part of being a content creator is uploading. Obviously, yeah, you can't just make it and keep it to yourself. You can upload it right away, or you can upload it on a scheduler. If you are uploading on your phone, I don't know how the iPhone is, but at least on the Android, when you upload it, you should notice somewhere in your frame or your box, it will say public, private, and unlisted. You don't have to upload your stuff right at that moment that you're making it. You can put it up on the server, put it up on YouTube server so that it's there. But let's say you're doing something that they call stacking or blocking or batching. That means you're making a lot of videos, like, wow, I got a lot of free time today. I can make this video, and this video, but you don't want to release them all at once. You don't want 3 videos going out at the same time. What you do is you look at that little part that says public and unlisted and private, and you want to upload it on private. That way it's there, but no one can see it, and it does not actually publish until the date that you release it. That means, it can come out tomorrow. It can come out in a couple days. And then at the moment that you determine, that's when you release it at the appropriate time. So that's that part, scheduling or uploading. I think the last part, not really the last part, but yeah, the last part with being a content creator, you can do this or you don't have to do this. It depends on what is your goal for your channel. Are you just doing it for kicks? Are you doing it because it's part of your business? Are you doing it because you're bored? You just want to see what it's about? Or are you doing it because you want to make money with it? If it's the last part, you probably want to do something like marketing yourself. These are business cards. You do not have to get business cards, but I recently printed out some business cards. $20. That's all it is. $20 that's great. I eat $20 in a day between breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Yeah, I eat out way too much. So that's about half of them gone. But you can do something like business cards to promote yourself. You can print out a t-shirt. Like I've started wearing a couple of t-shirts. You can talk to your friends about it. You can put it on your personal Facebook if you want to mix your channel up with your personal stuff and let people know, hey, I've got a channel, come watch me. You can put it on other social media like Twitter and Facebook and Instagram, and just promote yourself. If you want to bring more people to your channel to watch, you have to promote yourself. And then there's the stuff like, putting the right tags and the keywords and thumbnails. All that stuff is extra. The bare basics of being a content creator, if you are thinking about doing it, you need to make some type of content. You need to decide what kind of content are you going to make. Are you going to record yourself? Are you going to record something else? Are you going to do like a slideshow type of thing? Are you going to be playing an instrument with your face showing or not? Or are you going to be doing something else? So decide what kind of content that you want. Decide, are you going to do it in a live broadcast form? Or are you going to record it and edit it? Or are you going to record it and not edit it and just upload it raw? Are you going to upload your things as soon as you get done making it? Or are you going to do it on a schedule like every Friday I'm going to put out this video, or every Tuesday and Thursday I'm going to do this thing? Have your schedule and schedule it. And then fourth, how are you going to talk about your videos? Are you just going to tell your family and friends because, I don't want everybody to watch my stuff. I just want my close friends to watch it. That's totally fine. But you need to tell them, and you need to be clear that you want them to subscribe, because it makes it easier for people to find you. One, as soon as they go on YouTube, you're going to pop up in the news feed, in the feed that goes through as people that are recommended, because you're already connected. So you have to let them know to subscribe so that they can find you later, and so that they will be notified of whenever you're going live or whenever you've uploaded something new. There's a lot more to it. There's a lot more to it, especially if you want to do YouTube as a full-time job, where you're doing things like researching subjects, like literally going to the library and or talking to people, researching subjects, interviewing people, getting the right background, and getting things looking really nice with the background. Like I was saying, you might want to cut some things out in your video, but there's something going on in the background, right? Well, when you are a content creator, you are very conscious of that. You're looking behind you, you're looking around you, and you're making sure everything looks the way you want it to look, because once it's on YouTube, it's permanent. You want to make sure there's no boogers in your nose, no crust in your eyes, your hair, and everything's looking all right. You don't want to make sure everything is good, because once it's up there, it's up there. And if you are trying to get monetized and do this as a job, you can't be taking your stuff down. Once it's up there, it's up there. But yeah, there's a lot more to it. But really there's nothing to it but to do it. I hope this video was informational and valuable. I'm kind of making this video for my family. I think by now they realize that what I'm doing is serious, but in the past, they had not really been, it's not that they weren't being supportive, but before my family really knew what I was doing, they just knew that I was busy all the time and I wasn't answering the phone, or that I was busy all the time and I was always gone off and doing something. But now they know how much time is invested in this and what it takes. And there's some family members that still are trying to be helpful. They're trying to be helpful and give me suggestions on things that I should be doing, not realizing I'm already doing it, or it's not that simple, or there's more to it. I'll leave it at that. But I am thankful for my family that supports me now, that watches me and or shares me out. But I wanted to make this video to let them and everybody else know making videos on YouTube is like a part-time job. It really is. And if you want to be a full-time YouTuber, making videos on YouTube is like a full-time job. It really is. Taking the time to record, taking the time to edit, getting your background and your wardrobe and all that stuff right so you look okay for the world to see, promoting yourself, marketing yourself, and then when you get to a certain level where you can actually start selling things, selling out merch, researching that, buying that, it's a whole big thing. It's doable. I don't want to scare anybody off from doing it, but I do want to let people know that YouTube is serious. YouTube is not a game. It's fun. I was going to say YouTube is not just for fun. YouTube is fun. YouTube is helpful. YouTube is informational. YouTube is not a game. YouTube is not a game. We are content creators. Some of us are videographers or photographers or artists or chefs. It's all these different skills coming together in one format and one platform to share with the world. And it's a job. It is a job. So please, please, if you know somebody who's making YouTube videos, even if it's a kid or a teenager and they're just kind of doing it for fun, for kicks, whatever, it's still work. It is work. Please give us content creators the respect that we deserve and respect our time and understand that this is a serious thing, and it can be a beautiful thing, and it can be a profitable thing. There used to be a saying that everybody has at least one book in them, right? Like, oh, I should write a book. Everybody has at least one good book. Now, in this age, I feel like everybody has at least one good video in them. Maybe a Vine, maybe a meme, maybe a prank, but whatever it is, or maybe this is my story or story time, something like that. Everybody has at least one good video in them, and this is the place to put it. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to follow me on social media. Now, let me know what you think about this next upcoming video.